So, now did the government's defeat over Syria mark a revival of Britain's democratic ethic, reflecting the views of a sceptical public? Or was it just a political shambles, a product of weak and even cowardly leaders still reeling from military and diplomatic failures in Iraq? Well, our chief correspondent, Alex Thomson, has spent the day in Blackburn, the constituency of the former Labour Foreign Secretary Jack Straw, gauging whether young people there feel their voice has ever been heard.
If it's true that the Iraq fiasco then stops public support for bombing Syria now, Blackburn's where you'd look for proof. It's Jack Straw country, former Foreign Secretary, Blair Lieutenant, one of the key men who took the British to Basra and provoked many a demo in Blackburn at the time. We were in town here today specifically asking young voters what they make of the great Syria debate now.
Because we shouldn't get involved with other people's business. It's not any of our business anymore. So.
It's going to be a waste of life, more than it is already, so I think it's best to leave it, let themselves sort it out.
Well, what have Syria done to us?
Why should we send our troops over to Syria? I mean, they've never done anything to us. I mean, what's the point?
In truth, we couldn't find a single young voter here at all who would support the proposition that this country should bomb Syria. And some more news perhaps for the local MP Jack Straw, who there were many here who were unaware there'd been any vote in Parliament at all.
Asking if Blackburn, if England want to join the war.
Oh, it was on Facebook, wasn't it? It were though, because he said that they were going to have another war or something like that. I don't know.
You didn't know it had happened?
No, I didn't.
So I'm telling you news?
Yeah.
You didn't know that Parliament voted last week?
No, I don't know. I haven't known of us now.
But what about those who had heard the news? Well, from them, one phrase we've been hearing here time and time again: for once. For once, MPs thought what we were thinking. For once, they did what we wanted them to do. Whatever else happened in Westminster last week, people in Blackburn here seem to think it's given democracy just a little bit of a shot in the arm. Do you think MPs are reflecting what people in the country think?
Yeah, and I think their point of view is right for once.
So for once, MPs have got it right?
Yeah.
Right. You think for once they've actually represented what people in the country think?
Yeah, and that's what David Cameron should have done. Thought about the people first.
I think the MPs are voting more with the public than against it, because they see and reflect the public views onto the Prime Minister. And I think they're just more socially aware of the situations with the public nowadays.
Blackburn's member of the Youth Parliament's also against airstrikes. But has this vote really made democracy somehow more valid?
Now that Downing Street have said that they're not going to have another vote on it, it's sort of like a bit of a victory for democracy, because even though it's not what the ruling party wants, and it's not what particularly I want, I think that it's good that it's sort of given people a real sense that they're actually getting involved, and that even the amount of people that didn't want it to happen have had a chance to make that voice heard.
The logic of this is clear. Any attempt to have another vote will be heaping contempt upon Westminster and MPs, just when the old place seems to have done itself a few favours. If you believe, as the polls show, that so goes this town, so goes Britain. Alex Thomson, Channel 4 News, Blackburn.